Hey guys, what's up? It's Pollo here with the version 3 changes, showing the latest DPS numbers for Sandrone and the crew. And there's more. There's more because in the last few days, there has been even more changes that didn't come out earlier. I think right now the leaker community is getting completely confused by HOYOVERSE. I stream some Kick every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and please consider subscribing if my videos are useful. It really helps the channel. Alright, let's get to the point. Sandrone had a very small scaling increase on her charge attack damage, specifically the strong hits that can occur up to 3 times per charge attack, whether it's cryo damage or stellar conduct cryo damage. The improvement was really minor. The other thing that had already changed before, but I didn't notice because it was in the Mandarin version, is the increase in stacks from her passive talents. These stacks boost her burst damage per stack. Like I told you in the pre-guide, this is a no-brainer. You just don't use her elemental burst at the start. Before, you could reach up to 150% of the original damage. Now it goes up to 200%. That alone makes her DPS go up again. We're not done yet, but I want you to see what I've got. Sandrone's base DPS with the passive talents applied was already at 36.5k, but now with the charge attack buff, it went up to 36.7k. A very small difference, but it doesn't end there. There are no more changes to Sandrone herself. The real change is in the stellar conduct damage formula. This is information that for some reason the leakers are messing around with, or they're still undecided. I honestly don't know. The apparent changes are: 1. It looks like the maximum stacks for stellar conduct went from 10 to 12. There's no gameplay of it yet, but I assume it's because of point number 2. In version 2, every electro or cryo hit count as 1 stack for the stellar conduct area. Now it seems like it takes 3 electro or cryo hits to gain 1 stack, and this is what makes the whole stellar conduct team, including Sandrone, weaker than before. Let me put it simply. Before, it was easy to reach 10 stacks, which meant stellar conduct had a much higher base multiplier. Now, because it's harder to build stacks, averaging around 6 with the teams available for Sandrones right now, the base multiplier is worse. But wait, Sandrone applies a lot of cryo. If you use someone like Sinus or Riofle instead, who applies less, the average will be even lower, maybe just 3 or 4 stacks. So this change hurts them even more. If we apply this change right now, Sandrone's DPS drops from 36.7k down to 33.2k. So even though she got a tiny buff, the nerf to stellar conduct itself is pretty noticeable. Overall, version 3 is a DPS decrease for Sandrone and every superconduct character. I mean characters that do superconduct damage. Finally, about Yae. Guys, Yae Miko seems to be changing a lot in just a few days. It's either 1 stellar conduct damage every 4 hits from Yae's turrets, or 1 every 3. There are gameplays showing 1 every 4, but supposedly the change was reversed. So her base DPS goes from 20.6k down to 15.6k in version 3. They nerfed her quite a bit. But if the change is actually reversed, her DPS goes back up to 19.4k in this version 3. So there you have it. In summary, anyone running stellar conduct with Sandrone is seeing a slight DPS reduction, but it's even more noticeable if Sandrone isn't on the team. Let me show you a couple of team DPS, the before and after. Sandrone, Yae, TT C2 and Beidou C6, their team DPS goes from 96.3k down to 93.8k, and with TT C6, it used to be in version 2 111.5k, and now it's 103.3k in version 3. That's actually getting pretty close to Varka's best team when he released. This might currently be Sandrone's strongest team. With everything that happened, I expect that any upcoming dedicated stellar conduct support will be a character that applies a lot of hits off field consistently. Because again, the more electro and cryo hits, the more stacks the stellar conduct area will have. And that's it for now, guys. That was all the version 3 leaks for version 6.7. I hope this was useful, and if you have any question, drop them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and support me on my socials. Thank you for your time, and see you in the next time.